Welcome to Galaxee. My name is AG. Today we're going to be talking about Marvel shows. I know it's kind of a meme to clown on Marvel shows right now because the before She-Hulk released, She-Hulk just released August 18th, 17th, 18th, and a lot of good stances that people have, and a lot of good criticisms that Marvel hasn't had in a long time because. Traditionally, for the past 10 plus years, Marvel has been dominating the superhero movie scene. DC just can't seem to hold it together. I'm really excited for Black Adam and as well as Shazam, the sequel to Shazam. But other than that, like, they really haven't had anything promising coming out of DC besides the Zack Snyder cut of fucking Justice League. But other than that, you got motherfuckers like Ezra Miller who are just out here playing fucking GTA in real life. But that doesn't give Marvel any credit to just sit back and keep pushing out the same shit and expect people to not call them out. I've watched every single MCU show. And I'll just do a quick list of my favorites or my top whatever. Number one, my favorite Marvel show is WandaVision, without a doubt. Then Loki. Third, probably Moon Knight. Then I'd say Miss Marvel, and then everything else is beneath. I loved Falcon turning into Captain America. That was amazing. I love Anthony Mackie with my whole heart, and I love him as Captain America, but the show just didn't do much for me. I don't even remember a single other name besides Captain America and fucking Bucky. That was it. I just think there's a lot more they can do with these shows, especially Hawkeye. That show fucking sucked. I fucking hate Hawkeye. I hate that show so much. It's so bad. The only pull it had was when they brought in Kingpin from Daredevil, and that was it. This was around the time that Spider-Man came out in December, that they had their season finale, and everyone was expecting, I was expecting Spider-Man to fucking pop up, or at least show reference to them. Nope, just fucking Kingpin. Kingpin's cool, but I mean, not really. Very repetitive, like I said. It's just a bunch of introducing a new villain that no one's ever heard of, no one's ever seen before, ever. And then, oh, they have so much power. Oh, I have powers now. Or, oh, I want to be a superhero. And just the whole through, just going through the phases of, like having little mini movie series in compartmentalized into a 10-part series, just for you to forget about it 10 months later, or not even 10 fucking days later. But it just goes to show you that they think they can just keep putting out dog shit content and that people are gonna keep watching because they will. Yeah, just very repetitive, I would say. Besides Loki and WandaVision, everything seems pretty irrelevant towards the MCU. What I mean by that is WandaVision was a direct, like, quite prequel, I guess, to Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse. I wouldn't say prequel, but it was very heavily insinuated that you had to watch WandaVision. You didn't have to, but to understand why Wanda's on the path that she is on now and why she is just who she is now, you would have to watch WandaVision, which you should. It's the greatest MCU show by far. Loki's pretty close, but the WandaVision is great. That being said, not everyone is going to sit here and watch all these shows that you're shoving down people's throats every other month. WandaVision, as great as it was, is not going, like, I went to the theater with people and they're like, oh, why is Wanda like this? What is the Darkhold? There's people asking questions like this and they don't know. because no one's watching TV shows to be prepared for movies unless you're a hardcore Marvel fan like I am. But even I am getting pissed off by the bullshit that they're trying to pull. Loki, obviously, is the entire reason for the multiverse saga. If you watched Loki, I know people didn't. A lot of Marvel fans did. Most of them did, and Loki is one of the greatest Marvel shows. I just feel like they just dropped the ball after WandaVision and Loki. I expected them to hit the ground running with Captain America following Loki and WandaVision, but nope, nothing. They bring too many characters to even care about, and they bring nothing to the table. Like, for instance, in Miss Marvel, her best friend, whatever the fuck his name is, I forgot, was so fucking annoying. And he was like super smart, I guess, and was building technology that he had no right building, because what the fuck do you know about any of that? And I forgot about him, and so is everyone else. You might bring him in for a cameo in the next Secret Wars or the Marvels movie. I don't know why I said Secret Wars, but you might bring him in for the Marvels or what have you. But these characters hold no value. Like, Ned is the perfect example of like a side character, goofy, great along sidekick. Like, you're not bringing that with every single superhero you make, and it's kind of annoying because no one's remembering these people, and it feels irrelevant to bring them in or to make it seem like they hold value. Person everyone only cares about is Miss Marvel, because she's the one that's going to be in the MCU. So I feel like, in a way, how a lot of these characters still shouldn't have had shows. Like, Captain America deserves a show, Loki deserves a show, Wanda deserves a show. Who else deserves a show? Maybe, like, if Groot and fucking Rocket had a show, that would be fire. Just people that people are already familiarized with. Instead of introducing them in TV shows, I feel like you can introduce them in the movies, like they did with Hulk. Like, they introduced Hulk into the Avengers. He never had a solo movie, never had any TV series, and Hulk is like one of the most favorite characters in Marvel history. Well, not anymore, but at the same time, you can still do that with these irrelevant ass characters, because that's even more of a reason to do that, because they're irrelevant. No one cares about Miss Marvel. No one cares about Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. No one cares about Moon Knight. No one cares about these random ass characters that they keep bringing in. Like, yes, deep comic book fans may care about them because of who they were in the comics, but this isn't the fucking comics. These characters should be brought in to movies, because then it gives everyone else that is a casual watcher more of a reason to go watch the movie, or less confusing when you do eventually bring in a Moon Knight, or say a Kate Bishop or a Miss Marvel into the movie, because there is a lot of people that are going to look at them and be like, who are these people? I've never seen these people a day in my life. And then it leads people like me or friends that actually are into it to explain it to that person that they're watching the movie with. It's just long drawn out and annoying. And that's what I think they're missing the mark with. They think that everyone is a Marvel super fan, and the explaining is needed if these people are going to be brought into the movies, which I'm 100% sure they will be. It's just harder for casual fans to keep in the loop. And if Marvel wants to keep that money bag going, and if they want to keep a consistent fan base, then that's stuff they need to look at when they're pushing out these shows, because not everyone is gonna want to stay in that loop. I'm not saying any of this because I think Marvel is a dumb company, or I think Kevin Feige is stupid, because he's not. He's a very smart man, and obviously they've had a lot of success with everything, but also you got to look at the flop. I wouldn't call it a flop because it probably still made millions and millions of dollars. But Thor is my favorite superhero, and Thor: Love and Thunder is probably top 10, top 15 worst Marvel movies. That movie sucked. I usually go back and rewatch Marvel movies in theaters a lot of the time. Like, I'll go back 2, 3 times, maybe 4. Like No Way Home, I probably saw that in theaters 5 times. Infinity War, I would go by myself and watch 6, 7 times. Like, when they have that rewatchability, it's that much more fun to watch and see what secret Easter eggs you can find. But with Thor: Love and Thunder, I barely squeezed through the first sitting. That movie was so bad. I'm gonna make a whole separate video on that to wrap myself up. I just want to say, not everyone is going to watch these movies or shows. Not everyone is going to watch these shows. So I feel it is very necessary for Marvel to figure out figure out who these shows are for. Figure out who you're making these shows for in order to capture that audience. Because you're not going for casual fans. You might be going for diehards, but even diehards are not begging for a Kate Bishop show. Diehards are not begging for a She-Hulk show. You can introduce these characters in movies. Like, Ironheart is a great idea for a show. Like, little shit like that. And like, I don't know. It's so weird, and it's such a weird subject to toss around. But it's like, obviously it's working, but it's not. Because the diehard fans aren't really fucking with the shows as heavy. And I like the first episode of She-Hulk. I do. The CGI sucks still. The trailer, it sucked. It sucks in the show. I know they're not going to fix it because the show's already made. But man, they got to do something with She-Hulk's fucking CGI. That shit is so bad. You look at Banner and you look at her and it's night and day, because he is so much better in terms of CGI wise than she is. She just looks like a green version of the actual actress. Like, I don't even know anymore. But I just wanted to talk about that because, it's kind of a meme to slam dunk on Marvel, so I just wanted to join in on the fun. This wasn't my first video, so I really hope you guys enjoyed. There will be videos. I'm trying to push out once a week. If you can, like, subscribe, comment what you would like to see. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.